I said I was going to do my video tomorrow, and I am. I just wanted to kind of hop on right now because I'm super excited about celebrating, and I am going to celebrate um, my official 1 year of living here legally. I'm going to celebrate tonight. I have, since this last video that I have put up, I have moved actually, and I'm so happy. I am so happy um, to be here. Again, I moved. That's why I wasn't able to do last week's video. And I love it, you guys. Like, I love it. I moved into a condo, a smaller, um, but I am so happy. My last house was 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and I had converted the upstairs office to mine. Um, but I wanted something that was um, this, and I got it. So this week, the last 2 weeks actually, I spent having the people come in and redo my house, and I just love it. It feels like vacation, and I don't even know how to put that into words that make sense, other than it feels like vacation. I go into my front room and I immediately just see palm trees, and I just feel happy, you know. Hola. Um, there's just so many things that I have learned, and I want to share with you guys um, that I think that everyone could benefit from. And I plan on sharing like all of it. But you guys know I talk too much. I talk way damn too much. But in 1 whole year, I have learned so much. Okay. Hi, Fatima. I've learned a lot. And the best thing that I have learned is to literally do what's best for me at all times. Now, I know that this is a touchy subject for wives and mothers, but I am 43 and I've been married twice. And I feel like if I put my entire life on hold for the needs of other people, whether it's children or spouses or friends or parents, I would have never lived. And I'm being so honest. Um, Sometimes we allow ourselves to not live and to not be and not have because we want to give it to someone else. And we happily give it to them, but most of the time, we don't get that same appreciation that we truly need as women, as mothers, as wives, as partners. We don't get that. Hey, looking like a snack. Oh boy. Okay, I'll take that. I think it's the hair or something. I don't know. But again, I think that so many so many of us sacrifice ourselves. Hi, Tiffany. Thank you so much. Sacrifice ourselves for everyone else, and then we look up and it's like, damn, where'd the time go? My kids are 10, 9, 8. My kids are 14, 15, and where'd the time go? And you see that you're busy doing everything else for everyone else and nothing for you, nothing. And I refused to be that person. And it's taken me actually believing enough in myself that I could actually do this successfully um, before I actually really believed myself, if that makes sense. Like I had to really do it to prove it to my own self that I could do this. Um, and me doing that, it proves it to other people and allows other people to also understand that this is possible. Not necessarily moving, but just choosing you, choosing what it is that will truly make you happy. And if you're a miserable ass person, you're gonna be miserable whether you in Compton, Long Beach, Maryland, New York. It doesn't matter where you live if you're truly fucking miserable. Let me just say that. And there's a lot of miserable ass people who think that moving solves problems, and it really doesn't. It just highlights the problems, and oftentimes it's you that's the fucking problem. It's not your job. It's not, it's nobody else. It's you. So unless you are completely geared toward being a better person every day, healing the trauma that's within you, and we all have it. We all have it. You won't grow and you won't be better. And every day I wake up and I talk to God and I say, you know what? I want to be better. I want to be better today than I was yesterday. I want to be able to make an impact in a way that I couldn't make yesterday. I want to choose to be better than and happy in spite of, like, no, no, it just does not really work like that. It just doesn't. You got to fix you. And I had to learn so many lessons in that I can't fix everybody else. I couldn't fix my children. I couldn't fix my first husband. I couldn't fix the things that was wrong with him, and I couldn't love him more than I loved me. I tried to love everybody more than I loved me, and that didn't work. It didn't work. So, in moving and actually being away from all of the outside influences, if that makes sense, I really, really, really honed in on my own power and my own ability to be beautiful on my own without holding up someone else to validate me. I didn't have nothing else to validate me. And I'm being honest. I had no children, so I couldn't say, oh, I'm an excellent mother. I had no 9 to 5 job, so I couldn't say I'm an excellent employee. I had nothing to validate me anymore other than just me being who I am. And many, many, many people don't understand that. Especially people that I don't want to say, I don't want to put this, I don't want to say it, but I need to say it. I mean, the people that work in law enforcement, my colleagues, like to think that the world begins and ends with them when they put the uniform on. And that the world outside isn't real because they associate their lives with the job. And I never did that. I was, I took me to work. And if you've ever worked with me or have ever had that experience that I have, I was real and I did my job with love every day. It was very unconventional, but it was with love every day because I put myself in their position every day. It could be me. Wonder if that was my child. Wonder if that was my friend. And it's been many times. Okay? And it's funny because the people that you judge the hardest are usually the ones who help you the most. Okay? And and it's the truth. Like people would look at me and automatically assume that I was trash. I wasn't gonna do my job effectively because of what I looked like. I looked young. I had all this makeup. My hair was always done. I was I was very feminine from here up. I was beautiful here up. You know, and if I had to do something within the scope of my job, I was excellent at it, and that was that was it. But so many people hide behind their jobs, their careers, and allowing that to define who they are. But when you move someplace else and you are no longer attached to a company or a job or an occupation, Who are you? What are you left with? And oftentimes it's the bullshit that you refuse to fix or heal, and you take it with you. So you think that moving is going to solve your problem. It's not. It's you. It's you that's the problem. It's not even the United States. It's your miserable ass that's the problem. So being here in Vallarta, where there's so many tourists that comes in, you're sitting down eating. Hi. Oh, thank you so much. I'm sure there's people that will disagree with you, but you know, I'm just all I can do is share my experience and hoping that someone else takes a little piece of it and becomes a little bit smarter about what they do with their time, with their money, with their energy, and and that's to me that's important. I can't sell you a dream that I didn't have or don't buy or don't live. Like this is literally my life right now is crazy. It's crazy in a way that I still wake up with a smile on the inside of my body. Like I can't believe that this is real. And as soon as I think that something can't get better, it gets even better. Like wow. Like I didn't know that these things were possible, and all I want to do is share it. Um, I sat down today and wrote out a plan of what I was going to do with my trips next year. I'm going to have two trips that I'm going to do. One is going to be all all luxury for about 9 women. I'm going to do one position as a scholarship. I would have done many more, but this whole year and last year took all of my money, so I have nothing left to like give away for free. Because I used the money that I had for the ladies for this particular retreat coming up in November. Um, and I used all my money for that. So next year, I am hoping to sponsor one of my ladies and give you like the entire experience um, that I create here in Vallarta. It's amazing. It's actually magical, if you ask me. I think it's absolutely magic. Um, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited about it. I'm very, very excited about it, actually. Um, but that's not what I was talking about. I think I'll make another video for that so you guys will know where to go so you can sign up if you need a scholarship or if you just want to attend. But it's very small and very intimate. I don't think that my impact is big enough to go past, like a handful of people. Like that's it because it's special and I really, really care about energy and I care about the people that are around me. And I there's so many people that are like they don't care who comes. So as long as people come and they sign up and I'm like, because people will suck your energy dry and I can't. So maybe 8 to 10 people at the most. Um, and of course some scholarships. I wanted to do one, but maybe I can figure out something else and pay for it too. So that would make me happy. That would make me happy. There's so many women who are selfless and they give to so many people and they just eat shit regularly and no one cares. Not even their kids. And it's crazy because kids you expect them to kind of care, but they really don't. Especially us moms who give our children everything and you give them everything that you did not have. They don't know any different. So why would they feel any other way? But let me tell you something. Let me share something very, very personal with you. I shared it on Facebook a few weeks ago. My daughter, my baby, she told her and I had a conversation, and she says, "Mom, you can't expect me to do things like you did because it's hard for me. It's what comes easy to you is hard for me." And I had to. really, really hear what she was saying. It wasn't that she was lazy. It wasn't that she just didn't want to do it. It wasn't that she was ungrateful. I had to reprogram how I thought about my own child. I had to reprogram what, the words that I use uh, in the presence of my own kid. If I'm calling my child lazy, if I'm calling her ungrateful, if I am saying these things to her, that's what she will become. So I had to change even my language with my child and my son. My son he was my one who gave me so many problems, but I today in this moment you would never have convinced me that I would say this about my son, that he is absolutely amazing. And I am so proud of the young man that he is. This is coming from my son who's 25, who did not want me to move at all. Who, I mean, when I say he didn't want me to move, like he did some shit. I had to call the fucking police. Like I just, it's me. He was like, no, no. It was a mess. But I would anyway. And again, me leaving was the best thing that I could have done for my children and myself. You know, this is so much deeper than the than the hate that surrounded me. This is so much deeper than me just changing zip codes. This was this was a healing experience for me that I didn't even know I needed, and I didn't even know I was on. You know, there's a it's so interesting because I feel so loved here. And I think it's because I love me more too. So I attract more love to me because I love me. And it's amazing. And I just want to share that with other people. I want to share the best of life people because we all deserve the best that life has to offer. None of us deserve to struggle with love, struggle with money, struggle with anything. There's a huge, huge world of opportunity. And I never knew it really existed, to be honest. I mean, I traveled and I experienced life, but I didn't understand what life was without it being attached to a 9 to 5. I didn't know what peace really felt like until I experienced it. And I didn't know what quiet felt like because I was so used to the sound of chaos. And many of us, we hide behind everything. We hide who we are behind titles, motherhood, occupations. We become a character, and I was a victim of that without even knowing. I played my role and I did what I was supposed to do, and that was enough. But I never really was able to be me because I was always on for everybody else, but never really for me. And this whole year, I've been growing and learning and experiencing who I am, who Michi is, outside of everything else. Who am I? And I like her. I like her. She's kind and she loves so many people. I like her. So that part of me feels amazing. to actually love me, to see me for who I am, without a definition attached to me. No money, no fake bodies, fake hair, fake nails, all of those things that are superficial. No. Who am I? Who am I? What do I have? And I, I like me. That has taken so long to be able to really be honest to God, admit or say. And in a year, 1 year, I've learned so much more about me. I've learned so much more about me and what life has to offer outside of money and status. Who are you? Who are you? What do you have to offer to you yourself? Um, the other day, the painter came over to paint my walls, and he sent me the kindest message. He told me that working for me was beautiful because he was one of the kindest people that he met. And I stared at the screen and I just said, wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Like, I don't know what I did, but thank you. And this is the response that I get from so many people. So what I had to do was stop telling myself that it wasn't real, that maybe maybe it's okay because I deserve love. Maybe it's okay because I am a good person. Maybe it's okay because this is what I deserve. And as a black woman, I was never taught that I deserve this, not because of anything else other than it's what I deserve, and you deserve it too. It's not based on money. It's not based on what you look like. It's just based on you. You deserve it. Imagine if we gave ourselves that permission to be allowed to deserve the good that life has to offer. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. That's so nice. I really feel like we all deserve it. We all truly, truly deserve it. Um, and many of us aren't taught that. At least I can speak for myself that I wasn't really taught that you deserve the very best because my mom didn't have that opportunity. She didn't have, we were always in a survival type of situation where, you did what you needed to do to get by, and you had enough. I celebrate birthdays um, for everyone else hard, and I realized why they were so important to me because my birthday was never acknowledged. I no one ever had extra money for a cake or extra money for a party. Like, I had nothing. The only thing that was reinforced in my household was education. Go to school so you can make it out. Go to school. And that's what my focus was. Going to school so I can defy the statistics, so I can be better than they said I was. That was my motivation. I appreciate that. But there's a different way to do things now. I don't want my motivation to be because of someone else's lack of. I don't want to say it. I don't want it to be that anymore. I want to be better because it's a choice. Because I am in control of me, and I am giving my daughter something that I didn't have, and that's courage to do something different. Courage to define your own life, your way. My baby, I talk to her every day. And she said, Mom, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. And I told her, I said, baby, I just broke down crying, and I just told her how proud of her I was, and how much she truly meant to me. The best thing you can do is get away from the rat race. The rat race normalizes so many things that are not normal for us. The rat race tells you that you can be a mom, a wife, a business owner, an employee. They tell you believe that you can do all of these things, and you can. I mean, nothing's impossible. We as women, we prove that every single day. But baby, let me tell you something. When you stop and you have the ability to just breathe, your purpose is different. Life is different. Life hits you very differently. It hits you very differently when you realize how much power you really have for the good of yourself. When I moved, I have um, I have a chef that she cooks for us daily, and except weekends. Weekends are my free days. And for a long time, I didn't say anything. And a couple of videos ago, I mentioned it, and I said, I have her because I deserve her. And then I went on to explain why I deserved her because I worked, 20 years. I worked and I fed my family, and I would cook hot meals every single day before I went to work, and make sure everybody was good at home, cleaning the house. I worked my ass off, and now it's just time for me to just relax and enjoy. And God allowed me to be in a place where I could do that. Absolutely. We are the only people who have to be strong. I said that not long ago, where the black woman independent, that is all lies. It's all lies. It's to destroy us as people. Who can do all of that? We can't. I need help. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I did it, to be honest. I felt like I had 9 jobs, and not one of them was taking care of myself. What I learned to do was hide behind a wig and makeup. That's what I did. And the prettier I was on the outside, the emptier I was on the inside. And that is the God's honest truth. And it got to a point where I just stopped doing YouTube all the way together because I just couldn't lie anymore. I couldn't smile. It wasn't genuine. So I just stepped back. Actually, I didn't step back. I stepped away, put it down, tucked it in. I was like, I just can't do this. And years went by, and here I am, 43. But this time, I'm not telling you how to do your hair, how to be beautiful. I'm telling you what my peace looks like in hopes that you seek your own. I'm telling you what possibilities are. I'm telling you what life can possibly be for you if you just trust in you. You bet on yourself. That's the hardest thing to do. It's easier to trust someone else than to trust yourself. Many times. It's like if I trust you, then I can blame you when it go bad. But when you trust yourself, ooh, you can only blame you. Shit is really bad. When things are really bad. But it's been a year since I've been a legal resident here. Legal. I'm not here doing the whole 6 months. I'm here legally, permanently. And it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And every day I wake up and I'm outside, I'll see someone that looks like me more. I'll say hola. Sometimes they'll speak to me. Sometimes they won't. But I still smile because more people are coming and more people are understanding that there's so much more to life than a 9 to 5, a title, in a big house with expensive purses, expensive cars. Don't need all that shit. It's just bills. That's it. How did you cope with living children? Um, I never coped with it. I never. It was never easy. But I went on what would be best for me. I. It felt selfish. It felt unlike me. It felt. I was scared. I knew that I was getting a bunch of judgment from so many people. Um, I thought that it would make me a bad mother. I had all of these fears in front of me. And I told my kids, both of them, that for the first time in my adult life, after leaving their dad, this was the second thing that was the most important to me, for me. And I did it. And in me choosing me to do the things that are uncomfortable, my children are thinking. And they tell me all the time how proud of me they are. And it makes them work harder. My son is going to be buying his first home. My baby is learning life, and I'm right there with her. I told her that whenever she misses me, to wrap her arms around me, around herself, because I run all through her blood. She'll never be alone, never, never, never. Um, but I'm doing this for her. I'm doing this for my son. in choosing me. I'm a better mother. I'm a better friend. I'm a better godmother. I'm a better daughter because I chose to be the best me when nobody said it was possible. When everybody bet against me, they said my children would collapse. My life would collapse. I wouldn't have anything. I would be on my ass. I'll be back in the U.S. That Mexicans would hate me. Because what black woman moves and quits what she knows? But I'm proof that it works. I did it. And I'm proof that even though it's not easy, it's possible. And that you can learn a lot about life and yourself if you really want to, if you really care to. I told myself it's going to be one of these videos that I do without crying and looking a hot mess. Right? I spent a whole 25 minutes on this makeup. I will. I will. Wait, it just went away. Can you type it again? And I'm gonna try to write it down. Because I don't know if I'll be able to see the comments after this video is over. So can you type it again? Or send me an email or a message? I don't know if you could do that on YouTube anymore. Remember years ago? That's how old I am. You could send messages on YouTube, and no, I don't think you can do that anymore. But again, tomorrow, I hope that answered your question, Ty. Um, it's honest. I, I don't really, I don't really know what else to say. I don't know if there was other questions that people asked, but um, thank you. I've had it for a long time. One of my coworkers bought it for me, and I wear it all the time. Um, thank you. Thank you very much. This light is so bright. I'll show you guys my house, and then I'm gonna delete this video probably. I'm gonna show you. Okay, so this is what I had. This is what I had done with the guy that came with the painter, and then I had included a picture of my mom. But this is just my room where I do my makeup, and yeah, so you can see. Not my, but this is the, so you can see like I come out and it's just like vacation vibe. My energy match and it's like love, how it makes love, it makes me so good. And when I tell you, when I tell you something magical, and remember my old house, I had my office, I had my princess, my queen photo. She's here. better now? Okay. What about now? Does it sound better? What about now? Can you hear? Okay. I think maybe because my speaker was on. Oh boy. The things we learn. I guess it said I should have kept my behind right here and not got up. That's what it says. Wait. Oh, I'm gonna do a video talking about jobs and something else I wrote down. I wrote it down somewhere, so don't question me now. But tomorrow, um, I'm gonna have all of the stuff that I wrote down. I don't know, and then I put it on a post too. But let me go back. How do I go back to the comments? I think somebody had a question. Does somebody have a question? Oh, it's because I went out. I went outside the room. I'm so sorry, you guys. Um, okay. How is dating in Mexico? I think dating anywhere, to be honest, is what it is. Um, I think dating is what you make it. To be honest, you can be in a pool of single people, but they have completely different energies than you. So I just think dating is one of those things that you have to just get someone that be open to possibilities of not settling for people who don't want to give you the best of themselves. And I think that that is, if I had to be dating now, I would just be a chronic hoe. And I'm just, I'm just saying, if I was not married, I think I'd be like a chronic hoe. Like I would not be dating anybody like exclusively. I would just be a free bird in the world because no one, in my opinion, that I've seen through like my friends who are dating is really worthy of time. There's a lot of lies, there's a lot of games, there's just a lot of stuff. So I'm like, I'm not giving away my energy to anybody that doesn't deserve it. And there is no price tag on that. Like, women are like, well, if you pay it, if you, no. I've been in a relationship where, you know, a man was controlling you with money. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want any of that. I just want to be loved and supported and encouraged, and I want to do the same and give you the best of all of me. And these days, people don't want to do that. I think it doesn't matter where you live, what country. There's dating issues everywhere. You just got to be you and come into a relationship whole and fixed. Like so many people want what they're not, and that is exhausting. So fix you, and then when you fix you, then you'll find someone who matches that energy. But you got to clean up your energy first. Um, yeah, that's me. But I've been married, and I wouldn't get married again. I would just date the rest of my life and have companions for me. But that's because I've been married twice. Like I've been married twice, so I've spent like half of my life in relationships and not even getting to know myself because I was so busy trying to chase after what he wanted and how he wanted it and who I could be for him. But now I am discovering like who I am for myself. And God, like I like her. I love me and I'll always choose me. Because if I don't choose me, who will? If I don't choose me, who will? Like who will? If I don't say, you know what? What makes you happy today? What do you want to do? So I think that's the most important. Um, I think tomorrow I'll talk about housing and how to find housing the proper way, what to do. I did post here. Wait, any major culture shock differences you know? Oh my God, like yes, many of them. They are they are very loving here, and they care about each other. So there's not a lot of homelessness here. And oftentimes, when people are in the streets asking for money, they're usually performing like, this is gonna sound so bad, but like circus acts, and the little kids standing on their heads, like they're doing stuff for your money. They're not just coming up to your car saying like, "Give me $1," or But everyone kind of gives to each other to help, which is very shocking to me because in LA, listen, you come up to my car, you get hit, I'm running you over. I'm just That's what we are. That's the culture that we on. Like you in my way, you stopping me from getting to the next spot. That's just what it was. Um, and I mean, even me, if someone is approaching my window, I would roll that bitch up. Like I don't. There's only a few times where I can honestly say that I gave someone money on the side, and it was because I don't know, my energy just told me to do it. But I mean, that's to me that to me was like, wow, like they really care about everybody. Like just random Ubers. I mean, even to this day, they'll give to each other and help each other. Um, the family, the family tightness is beautiful. Um, I don't come from that, so it's really beautiful to see. I usually avoid family because family always, for me, was very toxic and draining and backbiting. So I wasn't really exposed to healthy family relationships. So it's really interesting to be a part of a Mexican family here, and the love that really goes into it, and everyone's like friendly with each other. And it's like, wow, like this is what real love and family feels like, huh? I literally felt like a foreign exchange student. Like, this is going to be your adopted family, but they just are amazing. Like, I love them. I love them so much. Like, they love me and I love them. Like, they try to like bring the American holidays to me. We celebrated Thanksgiving last year, and Karina, our chef, cooked Thanksgiving, and it was really good. Surprisingly, I was like, "Oh my God, it's the best bird ever." Christmas, like they just really try really hard to make me feel loved, and that feels so nice. Like you're doing this for me. Whoa, it's so nice. Um, I just love the way they love each other. I think it's beautiful. Yeah, I love it. Any major culture shocks? Not really, because it's not like didn't know Mexicans before. But here in Mexico, they are not like the ones in the US. The US, they're very different. The people here are very different as well. Also, it also depends on what part of Mexico you're in. Here in Vallarta, it's a tourist town, and there's so many people that come here, and they just adapt to how things are done here in this part of Jalisco. In other parts, like if you go to Mexico City or Guadalajara, they're not like come like kuma, come and be friends. Like they're not like that because it's a big city. So it's not like that. It's still beautiful, it's still warm, but the people aren't as friendly because it's a big city. Everyone's got somewhere to go, something to do. So those things I don't really care for them too much. I like the little small towns, where you can really get to know the culture of the town and the people and how close knit they are. And that's kind of the vibe that I have here amongst the people who live here, not people that are passing through. But that's the vibe I get. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's it's one of those places that, despite all the places in the world that I've traveled, I chose here. Not to mention like the delicious food and amazing sunsets and the beach and everything like that. It's just amazing. It's really, really, really amazing. Um, but tomorrow, oh, the Dominican Republic is great. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country. I am, Lauren. That's my daughter's name, actually. I am. I'm very, very happy to be here. Um, I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy that other people are starting to, really, really think out the box and go past what they see every day as a normal experience. That you don't have to, people automatically think, oh, you live in Mexico, oh, you must be slumming it. Oh, you must have a hard time. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm slumming it. Okay. I can't really, what I had to stop doing was trying to defend myself against people who don't know any better anyways. Again, like when that CNN story came out, I mean, it had millions and millions and millions of views, and I mean, I was drug all throughout the internet streets. Like, oh, she's stupid, she's this, she's that, and I just stopped reading it after a while because it's like, why am I subjecting my heart and emotions to these people who have no idea? They didn't even read the story for one, you know, and two, they don't know me. They don't know anything about me. So why am I trying to defend myself to them? But again, it depends on what part of Mexico you decide to move to, what state. There's beautiful places that I love. That's so much. There's so many beautiful states in Mexico. So many beautiful ones. I was talking about it in my last video. The 5 states that I recommend, highly recommend. Um, and it's all, there's something for everybody. If you are a city person, you want to be in the city, Guadalajara, Mexico City, easy. It's everything there, everything, and it's affordable, way more affordable than here in Vallarta. Vallarta to me has really just really ridiculous with the rent cost. Like the shit is through the roof. It's like one of the most expensive places to live now. It's like ridiculous. But down south where the water is beautiful, you can it's still a little bit more affordable there than it is here. A lot more affordable actually. Even though a lot of people are flocking to that area, it's a lot more affordable than I think here is. Like here, you don't really get much for your money. And if you want to live decent, you got to spend a little bit more money, or you need to have somebody that really is working with you. And I think I already shared his information. The agent that I use to find my houses and to find everything that I need. I use him for everything. But yeah, it's ridiculous. But again, I live here because I just love it. I mean, there's places that are far more beautiful, but I just really love it here. I really love it here. I love the mountains, the rivers, the ocean. I love the jungle. I love all of it, and it's really like literally right here in this little cups of safety. We did have an earthquake though the other day, but we're protected in the bay from hurricanes, which is really nice. We do get some um, tropical rain, but we get tropical rain in rainy season anyways. But I just think it's beautiful. And I think rainy season, to be honest, is like the best season. It is so beautiful. Everything is so green. Like I literally walk out my house and it looks like Hawaii. Like it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. I'm like, God, like, how did I get so blessed just to live in a place that is just so beautiful to me, you know? You can't flush toilet paper in some of the communities depending on their sewage system. It's true. Um, in my house, of course, you can flush the toilets. In most places, you can flush the toilets, but it depends on where you are. Um, like in Miss Maloya, which is like a little small beach town, like I think it's, I don't know, north or south. I'm all confused right now. There is like a little area where there is no real sewage system, so everything is done by hand. So you would throw the tissue in the trash, not in the toilet, but in the trash. Um, oh, another shocker. When you go shopping and you're in an Uber, the most of the time the Uber driver helps you to your house. Another shocker was when you're at a restaurant to eat, they don't bring your check unless you ask. I was so used to eating my food really fast and getting up once I'm done that I'm like, okay, like where to check? Like, no, like here you don't. It's rude to just put the check down on your table. You finish your food, you talk, you mingle with your friends, you have a good time. Like eating is for it's fun. It's not rushed. It's nothing like that in the States. Like you ain't even finish your last bite in the motherfucker put the table the check down on the table like okay. It's time. I'm in Mexico and I'm so tired of people talking down about me going and I look at those same people, I ask them, have you ever been? And you know their answer is no. So how can you say anything? Girl, it be those people that never left their front porch that got something to say. They never left their front porch, but they got something to say about you or your parenting or how you're going to support yourself. Someone sent me a message saying, they don't have welfare for niggers there. I said, what? I didn't have, I just, okay. It's crazy. It's crazy the comments that I get, the assumptions that I get. Um, but thank God for YouTube where I can actually speak my own truth and my own words, my own mouth. It's kind of hard to lie about things because it's this is a small town. Like literally, at the end of the day, everybody knows everybody, and I think that's the beauty of it too. Actually, that is the truth. Um, that a lot of people who travel and they travel a lot, they are very well rounded. I agree with that. It's those people that I can't travel with that refuse to eat anything other than like iceberg lettuce, and they're just like, this is what I'm eating, and I'm not trying anything new. And if it's not Taco Bell or McDonald's, I don't want it. I I I love to eat. So, you know, um, it's just like, whoa, okay. I had this conversation um, with someone else the other day. Tiffany, did you just say they just eat chicken nuggets? Okay, first of all, you weren't in the corner for that. Like, you weren't in the corner for that one. They don't even eat chicken nuggets. Okay, let's just go ahead and be real. They're not chicken nugget eaters. Okay, they're not chicken nugget eaters. um, I just had this conversation the other day between um, what makes a person an expat or an immigrant. Which one is it? We don't refer to other people coming to the United States as expats. We refer to them as immigrants. And I know this professionally because we never called someone an expat. They were, an immigrant, or they called them illegal aliens. Like, are you kidding me? Uh, it's exhausting. So I think I'm gonna talk about that because I think that um, people have it confused. Honestly, yeah, it's a lot, but I'm not gonna go into that now because I've already been talking for a whole hour. I done showed at my house. I done cried. I done went through all of the emotions now, and I think think it's time for me to hang up and get my notes for tomorrow. So I'll actually have all of my notes that I'm supposed to talk about tomorrow. And so I can stay on track so I don't give you an hour of just randomness. So I'm sorry. Sorry. Um, does dolphins still come out when the weather is bad? Um, we don't really have bad weather, but I can't really say answer that correctly because I don't really go out on the water when the weather is really bad. Ooh, I love that. I'm not asking your permission. I'm telling you what I've already decided. Period. Like that's one of my daughter's things. Mom, period. You know, my daughter works at McDonald's, right? So she was telling me that um this guy came in and was like, he ordered his meal. He wanted, fries, and he was upset that he didn't get enough fries in his bag, and that his girlfriend was pregnant. So she was like, "Mom," he was going off. He was like, "No, no, no." He just went nuts. Then he went to the back where they were frying, where the fries are. The motherfucker went to the. He just went back to the back and took all the fries and left. And I'm like, "What did y'all do? What?" She was like, "Mom, ain't nobody dying over McDonald's." But the way she said it, she looked undefeated. And I just laughed so hard. I said, "My poor baby." She was like, "Mom, every day I go to work, I be rethinking my life." I said, "Baby, you know, she's so funny to me. She's like a little miniature me, but funny." And I just was like, "Baby," but this is teaching her a major lesson about people and dynamics. And her particular store location is in Inglewood. And this particular location where she is, she's dealing with a lot of people with drug issues. She's dealing with a lot of attitude. She's dealing with a lot. And these types of jobs shape you because you're dealing with the public. And sometimes the public isn't so friendly. But I'm trying to teach her to remain calm and customer service oriented, even still, to shine, even when people think that you shouldn't. But, the things that she has to deal with that I did not at that age is crazy. Um, it's crazy. It's crazy. Um, and I realize that this in this industry right now, not even fast food, but just life, people expect the impossible and they're always looking for someone to blame for their own problems. Um, and I don't know. That's a whole different topic. So we're not even gonna talk about it. I don't even know why I brought McDonald's up. I don't remember why I was talking about McDonald's and my baby. I don't remember. Okay, that means it's time for me to hang up because I'm not remembering my purpose anymore. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching and talking to me. Now that I'm figuring out how to use this, I can kind of look at what you guys are saying. So thank you guys for sharing this time with me. I super, 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 super appreciate it. Um, for just listening and for you guys really looking into having a life that you want that is outside the US is super important to me too, because I want everybody to know that we can do this. Anybody can do it. It's not served for the ones with the most money, the elite. It's for regular people like me, you know, regular people who got a job, who got kids, who have families, who just are real people. This is for you because I'm a real person with a real life, a real story. You know, I'm, I'm someone who wasn't supposed to make it, and I did. And I know that that is going to be you too. You're going to make it, and you're going to thrive, and you're going to be amazing. and I'm rooting for you just as much as you're rooting. So, buenas noches.